how to know you've won an internet argument. Hey, it's Prince of Queens, and I have been seeing a lot of people both arguing in various discussion forums all over Facebook in particular, and then simultaneously talking about how online arguments are pointless and never accomplish anything. This obviously begs the question, then why are you doing it? Why have people been arguing on the internet nonstop since at least the 1990s, despite the fact that it is allegedly completely and utterly pointless, and yet they keep doing it? I suppose the same could be said for anything that we do a lot practically to pass our time. We watch television, we play video games, and we put together jigsaw puzzles. None of these things have immediate tangible signs of really accomplishing anything, besides maybe the puzzle. However, does arguing on the internet accomplish anything? Well, I have an entire video about reasons why online arguing is actually useful, which I will link in the description, because I honestly think there are several merits of arguing online. Sure, if you're arguing publicly with tweets, especially back with the 140 character limit, usually all you were accomplishing was setting yourself up to be taken out of context by an opponent or somebody who has a problem with you, who will use one tweet to attempt to ruin your reputation. But I think in many instances, arguing online actually works. I say this first and foremost because I've actually changed my beliefs as a result of arguing on the internet about several things. Had it not been for internet arguing, I would have never began deeply criticizing feminism, Marxism, and all things related to social justice, in quotes, quote unquote social justice. I don't mean actual social justice. And I know many people feel the same. I know many people every day are starting to become critical of feminism as a result of the internet. That said, knowing that people actually really do change their opinions drastically as a result of online debating, how do we know when we are having a successful impact on another person? And how do we know when it's a good idea to leave good enough alone? Well, the honest truth is that it's pretty hard to ever really know 100% for certain whether or not you have won an online argument and have sincerely changed somebody's mind. It's extremely rare when somebody comes clean and admits that you have changed their views. And if this does happen, I personally usually assume that it's sarcasm anyway, so it's hard to know. Still, I've noticed one thing which I think is a clue regarding whether people are starting to question their own beliefs as a result of what you said to them. And it's not something that happens immediately, but rather it can happen with a friend or somebody in your extended social network who begins repeatedly engaging with you on subjects after you had a debate with them. Let's say you were arguing about feminism, and you think that you have convinced somebody that intersectional feminism as an ideology maybe doesn't actually care about marginalized people, because the fundamental basis of the philosophy starts with the assumption that every woman has it worse than every man. Despite the fact that, for example, black men are doing statistically worse than black women by basically every tangible metric. Let's say you make that point, cite some sources regarding employment, incarceration, and the likelihood to be victims of violent crime, and you are fairly sure you won the argument. Sure, the person will likely not ever tell you, "You're right, intersectional feminism is completely sexist and ridiculous." However, what you might notice is that they will often soon start coming to you more in the future and attempting to engage with you for more dialogue. Often, they might still be approaching the conversation as if they disagree, but if they are the one that is initiating the exchanges, then chances are they feel like they are learning something from you. That's when you know you are getting through to them. It's not that they almost ever will say, "You're right, I was wrong," but rather they showed you with their actions that they were interested in what you have to say by continuing to prod you into providing them with more information. Granted, if a person just thinks that you're wrong and an idiot, they'll probably just show up in your comment section or ignore you. And if they do show up, they'll just be saying, "Wrong, wrong, you're wrong, and here's why." And it's quite likely that they sincerely do believe that you're wrong and they don't feel like you have won the debate. However, if they continue to engage and at least seem genuinely curious about your perspective in any way, chances are you can say you won at least a major portion of the debate that you initially and then likely subsequently got into. Now, does anybody ever really win a debate 100%? Rarely. Most of the time, somebody is right about most things, but the other person makes at least a few good points. Still, when somebody keeps coming to you for more information, chances are you're doing a good job and you should keep it up. That's all I have to say for this video. Keep it up. You're winning. I believe in you.